Hello, this is Ars Malleus playing Rome Total War multiplayer. Now this is I have a very interesting replay here for you. I played this particular battle a few months back, and it struck me very as a very interesting setup. Interesting, not in a way as if it's a really effective way of playing Rome Total War, but a very unusual way to play Rome Total War. Um, Before I do anything, though, I'm going to explain to you how this is set up. This is it. Well, right now it looks like it is a 3v2 battle, but it is actually going to be very soon a 2v1 battle. According to the host of this game, this is how the King's Clan practice for 2v2 battles. Apparently, this is a bit of like an exhibition kind of match between King's Clan members in order to increase teamwork or develop teamwork between partners. So what's gonna happen is that me and my partners here are going to attack the two Julii Romans that you see that's going to spawn right over here. We're gonna attack them one at a time, so in waves. So my partners in control of the Brutii, we have King of the RBW clan, and in control of the SPQR Romans is JGP, a centurion of the Hell clan. Now the order that we have agreed on is that the Hell clan player will go first, JGP, and then I will go second, and King here will be cleanup. Now our opponent, the host of this game, is Roman King of the DOW clan. Don't know what that stands for. The only DOW I know is Dawn of War. Go figure. And Colex is his partner. Now the setup for this game is that basically every player must be Romans. So that's why we're all Romans here. Every player must be Romans, that's one. You must use a spam of urban cohorts, that's two. And the urban cohorts must be accompanied by Praetorian cavalry, that's three. The Praetorian cavalry must be a maximum, I believe, of 5. Let me check what my setup is. Or 6, rather. We can have a maximum of 6, up to 6 Praetorian cavalry, nothing more. No range units, just Praetorians and a spam of urban cohorts. So we have a maximum of 6 Praetorian cavalry, and everything else are urban cohorts. Now, King over here suggested that the ideal number of, like, the ratio would be a 4 Praetorian cavalry, while everything else is on what's it called? Urban cohorts. So my partners pretty much took that into account. At least some of us did. And as you can see, that's exactly what the Julii Romans have done. They have 4 cavalry each, giving them a grand total of 8, and everything else are on urban cohorts. The SPQR Romans brought with them 6 Praetorian cavalry. Everything else on urban cohorts. My other partner, King, brought with him 3 Praetorian cavalry. Everything else on urban cohorts. Well, what I did was I brought 5 Praetorian cavalry, 1 general unit, everything else on urban cohorts. Now, there's a reason why I brought the Roman general, an actual general unit, not just just some random unit, an actual Roman armored general. And there's a reason for that. I'll get to that reason a little later. But first, we're gonna look at partner here. I'm gonna fast forward this because, like I said, it's a really weird setup. I really have my doubts. When they said this is how the King's Clan practice, I immediately had my suspicions, had my doubts that this is actually a pretty effective way to practice, because, well, it's spamming. I mean, there's no variety in unit. There's no unit variety. You can't really come up with decent strategies if you just spam the 2 most powerful units in Total War. And it's Romans. It's just too easy, but apparently the point is not, it's not about the units. It's about teamwork. But let's look at this another way. How much teamwork do you really need in order to surround one army at a time? I mean, we're attacking them right now. What's it called? JGP got told off for moving to the side. These guys want him to attack head on against. I have no idea what difference does it make. I really don't get it, but I'm not the host, so I just stay silent and shut up, and I do what I'm told. So we're setting up, and I'm fast forwarding. I may have to skip this part entirely if I edit this video. But yeah, setting it up. I'm just gonna keep quiet here while and welcome back. JGP has finished setting up his armies to attack Ford, and getting back to what I was saying earlier, really, how much teamwork do you actually need in order for you to surround this one army? I mean, you're facing them 2 versus 1. Just have one army go one side, the other army go the other, and then sandwich the damn thing. So go practicing for teamwork. I call bullshit. I'm sorry, but I call bullshit. But I'm not really one to criticize. Each clan have their own way of doing things. I guess the King's Clan do it this way, as they practice using urban cohort spams, Roman spam, whatever. They like the luncheon meat that much? Fine. Alright, so you're probably wondering why it's so laggy. Probably because there's really way too much units in the field. So, JGP of the Hell Clan started the first engagement, going after the Roman line at the front here, who were in loose formation. And meanwhile, and expected this, Colex is coming in from the side, so JGP here has established a second line at the left wing. So we're gonna fast forward this again, and I'll see in a bit for the result, because this is way too long. Alright, well, there goes my, there goes the SPK Romans. Unsurprisingly, it didn't go well for him. Now, watching, well, you weren't watching, but I was watching. But, well, you didn't see it because I had to cut it out. But, well, I'm gonna demonstrate with this. Basically, this would be the attacking army. This would be the partnered, the 2v1 army. And this is what's gonna happen. You see? Not really a whole lot of teamwork. And it's really a no-brainer, actually. So if in my opinion, if you really want to practice teamwork, 2v2, you know, or 2v3, 2v4, that would be best. Not 2v1. Yeah. Anyway, more background story. Apparently, Roman King here, in charge of this section of the battlefield, used to be from the King's Clan. So this would be how he knows about the this crazy exercise. Also, assessing the damage and the movements of both armies, I surmised that Colix here would be the weaker player of this Colix and Roman King pair. Now, I'm not trying to rag on Colix, but in comparison to Roman King, I would conclude that he's the weaker of the two, because doesn't mean he's a bad player, just that Roman King is probably the more of a threat to my army. Now, at this point, I decided to think over my plan and plan something out. According to them, what's really supposed to happen is that the first two are supposed to weaken the two armies and basically allow the third to wipe the to take the role as cleanup. But again, that's really no-brainer. I don't really see the point of it, but I'm just gonna play and see what happens, and it would be good practice for me too. So, we've played StarCraft. I played StarCraft. We've all played StarCraft, and I've watched some those tournaments, StarCraft tournaments. And one of the useful things that the pros talk about is the mentality they have when they partner up with somebody. And they always say that when you're partnering with somebody, 2v2, 3v3, always act as if it's a 1v3, 1v2, as if you're on your own. Here, I'm literally on my own. There's really not a whole lot of damage that was done to Roman King. Again, he's the superior player. There's fairly significant damage, but not really a whole lot done to Colix. Most of the damage are on his cavalry. Now, my partners have been telling me go after Colix because he's probably weaker, and you can wipe him out. And then you can concentrate on Roman King here. That makes sense strategically. That makes sense in RPGs. If you've ever played RPGs, one of the more sensible things to do is wipe out the goons first, so that they won't do those annoying little extra damages to your main party. So you can concentrate on the big boss over here. Strategically, that's sound, but I've noticed that if I send a holding force here, just like JGP did with the SPQRs, and kind of divided my army and had a holding force to hold off Roman King with his superior gameplay would probably wipe the floor with that holding army. In other words, that holding army isn't going to hold for very long. and I'll have to deal with this. And by the time I get around to cleaning this up, cleaning Cullix up, Roman King would be already behind me, pouncing and making a surround. So I decided to turn things in a different direction. Strategically, the sound, rationally, going after Cullix sounds good, but tactically, going after Roman King would be more beneficial if I took out the big boy. The little boy, giving the little boy my full attention wouldn't really be would be a better idea. So the big guy's gone. The little guy probably won't put up much of a fight, and that's pretty consistent with history when the Spartans attacked the Thebes. So in order to come up with my plan, I decided to use a double echelon formation. This is a very powerful formation. This leaves absolutely almost no opening to each individual unit, because each unit is almost supported by its partner. Almost impossible to be outflanked. Very and a very offensive-minded formation, and that's exactly what I'm going for here. Now, you saw earlier that I used my general unit to go after to make an early move. That was because I noticed that Roman King was setting up his army in loose formation, so I took that chance to wipe out some of his units. I have to work quickly, and I have to take advantage of as many openings as I can. And I use my general unit because they have more health. Now, for some reason, Roman King put these guys into Studo. No idea why. Cullix have begun his move, but again, he has depleted units, and I have my fresh units over here. So I have my small holding force in a double echelon formation is being able to cut off any avenues of opportunity for Cullix here to take advantage of. Very narrow openings, can barely fit in, so I'm able to pour in many troops in there while I concentrate my efforts here. Now, throughout this entire battle, my partner's saying, "What are you doing? Use your cavalry. Why aren't you using cavalry?" Now, if you've been following all my battles, you'll know that one of my philosophies is never to use more units than you absolutely have to. The reason I wasn't using my cavalry is because I don't need to. I was winning here, and now I've crunched through that first line and gone to the second line here at the right flank, here at the my right wing. And like any true Romans, I would concentrate all my efforts on the right. And coincidentally, that's where my main effort should be right now, or where I decided that it should be. And now that I see that there may be opportunities for my cavalry to come in, I've decided to maneuver my cavalry around here in a bit of a desperation attempt, because again the double echelon doesn't really allow a whole lot of openings to be made. Roman King decided for a head-on collision attack using his mass cavalry assault, and right now it looks quite grim, but I still have plenty of cavalry still managing to stay within the perimeters. And checking up on all these units, it says my victory. I'm facing pretty good chance of victory here. Cullix is actually not doing too well against my holding force, again because of the little opportunity that the double echelon formation presented him. I'm also trying to trap Roman King's cavalry, and consequently for Roman King, as he retreated his cavalry, my own cavalry is able to encroach further and further behind his own lines, so that my cavalry in prime position for hammer and anvil. So now these Romans are sandwiched. Roman King decided to go after my holding force right here, and that freed up Culex, a lot of Culex's own units. But the damage was done, and my holding force have done their work. Very good job. And the more superior force of Roman King has been surrounded, and it's just a matter of time before they bite the dust, and I will turn my full attention to the weaker player. Now this is not just a whim that I did this strategy. This is historically proven. When the Spartans attacked Thebes, and the Theban sacred band hoplites went after the Spartans and basically ignored the rest of the Spartan army, which are basically recruited from all the other city-states that the Spartans conquered. With the Spartans gone, the weaker elements of the army basically crumbled, or actually they gave up because they were liberated. And same thing happened here. Well, not really the same thing, but I figured that I should put the top priority Roman King as my top priority, Culex secondary, because my Culex, being the less experienced player in the pair, I know that my holding force would be able to hold out much longer than if I used them against Roman King. So that Roman King got my full strategic attention and my full tactical prowess, and all my strategies and tactics went to, or majority of my tactics and strategies went to beating Roman King.
They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits.
And that proved to be the downfall of this pairing. In the end, I had to apologize to King here from the RBW clan because he didn't get a chance to play. Unfortunately, I'm terribly sorry about that. But there you go. That was kind of a 1v2, kind of. And good game to King, JGP, Roman King, and Culex. Thank you very much. This is Ars Malleus. I'm also a commentator for Total War TV. Do check us out. The link will be at the bottom of this video. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.